Finn had enough. She scooched away. Yes. Call the po-po ho. Call the po-po ho. Thanks, guys. You know, I'm getting tired of the witch show. Yeah, she had enough of my shit. She ran away. She was like, fuck this. She's like, not this crazy bitch. How is everybody? Y'all, I am so over the cough, the runny nose. I've been sick with a cold since fucking November. How is everybody? All right. Couple of things. Thanks, guys. Call the po-po ho. I don't know why, but this year, I'm not normally like this. But this year, however, I think it's because I'm here. You got to remember, I live in Florida. This is not my normal, you know. Right, it's so different this year. Hi, Colleen. Real quick, trying to work out details for the streaming. Hi, green-eyed girl. It's beautiful out today, here, anyway. I'm trying to work out the details. If you are able to stream, here's my problem, right? I'm really debating opening a Discord server for people that are able to stream. That way it could kind of be hashed out there. Like I could just drop the logins to the pages. You do have to have 2 devices. So that's the thing, right? Because you have to stream. I'm going to... I posted the accounts. I didn't see what they were up to before I came live. Hi, whatever they don't have, I will purchase. So I don't think we're going to have trouble getting there. I did ask my agent. I think it's 500 cam on, which should be relatively easy to do, right? I posted a video with the accounts on this account, on my main. The only issue that I have is like, you know, like when you play sports, like baseball, we'll use baseball for instance, right? And they teach you to like call it, right? That's the only way that I could figure out like getting a schedule done. You know what I'm saying? And the easiest way for me to do that is to put everybody in a space together, right? But I don't want it to be like a free-for-all. I want it to be strictly for like scheduling or who can take what shift live. If she's live, drop it in there. Somebody pick it up. That's what I'm working on. Thanks, Salty Nick. Right. That's the part that I'm working on right now. I was not able to make, I think there's 2 more email addresses and 2 more accounts that I need to make. But right now there's 13 made and ready to go. That's the details that I'm working on. Hi, Be Gross, right? As soon as I have a plan, a way to execute that and come up with like right, but that's so difficult. And then God forbid if somebody's sick or, you know what I mean? That's why I keep coming back. Hi, Jess. That's why I keep coming back to the Discord server, right? Because somebody can call it and then, you know what I mean? But I don't know, but I'm thinking about it. But real quick, Gabby, you see, and this is what happens when you lie, all right? When you lie, you're never going to be able to cover up that lie with more lies. It is never going to work. And somebody is always going to be smarter than you. All right. There are always people combing through live streams trying to pick shit up, right? Your manicure is a problem, ma'am. Your nails are a problem, ma'am. Hi, Raggedy. Because there's no way, we all know that you're not relatively, your hygiene is lacking, right? So you expect us to believe that you cleaned your nail polish off, took the picture of your vial discharge, and then you repainted them? Is that what you're going to go with? Because we have pictures of every single live, okay? Your nails are painted since February 28th or 27th, okay, to now. So I would just like to know how, trigger warning, these nails, ma'am, are not done. They're not painted. How is that possible? Because, right, February 28th, nails are done, all right? The ER, your nails are done, ma'am. How does that work? How come, or the same shape, you're right. You're right. I'm not a manicure expert, but I'm sure that there's somebody in here is, okay? So did you just take your nails? Thanks, guys. I see you. Did you just unpaint your nails for the discharge photo? Also, I do want to be clear, y'all. I know that, listen, I know when I see this, okay? I know that she is not going to get on a call with me and a doctor. Do you want to know how I know that? Because she can't. And she knows damn well that I would make sure I was speaking to a doctor. Right? That call was never going to happen. And Gabby, I didn't ask you that. You said it. You brought that up. Do you need me to play the replay? What up, Bragedy?
I just have to say that I could have gone my whole entire life without seeing that. I have avoided those video clips for a reason, so shame on you, villain.
Sorry, I gave a trigger warning.
I know, but you didn't even give me 2 seconds to say that.
It was necessary because her nail's not done. I don't know how that goes. So are you just like taking pictures of other people's dish? Too many questions.
So yeah, I don't even want to know at this point.
Too many questions. Too many questions.
It's disgusting. Okay, well, I just wanted to say that I got a meeting, but thanks. I love your face.
I love your face. Right. Oh, maybe it is Google. You might be right. I didn't reverse search the image. I just know that, I'm sorry. I know I didn't reverse search. So I don't want to say that is a stock photo without proving it's a stock photo. However, it doesn't look like her nails. Right? Hey, y'all. Can you imagine, G-Cell? I was just gonna, I remember. Hold on. It's kind of weird to me. It's a little strange. Discharge gate. Thanks, guys. But it's weird to me. All right. It's just strange. Also, Gabby, I heard Feisty correct herself and say that it was Marka in that live. So I find it super strange that for somebody that doesn't correct themselves ever, right? Or apologize for being wrong, lying about people. How you stand there, you stand there saying, like, are they going to fix it? Do you ever fix it? But Feisty did fix it. Why don't you take a lesson from that? Because when we say things that are incorrect, in your case, blatant lies, we correct it. And that's how we maintain our credibility. Shock face. So I'm just wondering. Also, girl, I really hate to do this, but that is not a book. Do you think that paragraphs or chapters, is that the problem? Right. I know, Carrie, but she did say it was Marka. I heard her say it. I know, you're right. I saw a comment that said, hi, Lumpy Pillows. I saw a comment that said, maybe if there's punctuation in the Addy bottle, she'll find it. And I was giggling, okay? I was giggling. I was like, oh, some people in those comments, giggly. I just giggle. I just giggle. But girl, I could ghostwrite it for you if you want me to. but you'd have to market it as fiction, because I don't think that I heard many things that were factual in the book. That was Blackout. That's crazy. How many pages do y'all think it was? Honestly. How many? I didn't see the whole thing, so I don't want to be like extremely rude, right? But Emily, I don't know. I bet my book outsells yours, Gabby. Is that the Google image? Please don't tell me she Google imaged the discharge photo, dude. Hold on. Similar, but not the same. You got to reverse search that exact image. You'll get a hit. But, girl. Oh, she did? I didn't. I've been all morning. I was dealing with the I was dealing with trying to plan the blackout and like making the accounts and everything. Hi, crazy Crystal Craze. Right. I just hi, Billie Jean. It's 7 pages, right? Does she get chapters and paragraphs confused? Is that the problem? Hi, Anya. Right. There's no polish on the discharge photo. That's a fact. You know what? We should have named the account something with discharge. Anyway. Yeah, there's no nail polish there. So I'd love to hear what she comes up with there. One long run-on sentence. One long run-on sentence. What up, Squishy? I don't know. I really don't, you know what? I really don't keep up with a lot, y'all. Because I've been like really tied up, but I did hear, hold on one second. Okay. I missed it, but it's after that time anyway. I heard that he, the Mexican homie was going to do a live on Saturday. Hi, Amber. I did hear that. I didn't really check it out, but it is being said. Punctuation isn't easy. I know, listen, I heard that JFK was unclassified. I saw it. I forgot what I was going to say now. Damn it. I get so distracted because of the comments. I heard that. I didn't speak to him or verify that. Thank you. But what I don't understand is the JFK. Thank you. I did see that it was unclassified, but I did not check it out. I did see that there were documents unclassified. What I don't understand is how people that are her friends not help her. You know what I'm saying? I also did see one of her mods saying, we told her to apologize. Gabby, it's gonna go like I say it does, okay? There are people in your chat that are hearing the inconsistencies, okay? They are hearing you tell one story, then another. Also, I want to be very clear. There would be no way, not yet, for your boobs to be leaking that early in pregnancy unless you're already using them. Doesn't work that way. You are like a medical marvel. Do you understand that? Like, you should bring your body someplace so that they could do research, because you are just miraculous, different than any other person I've ever seen. And science is science for a reason, right? A medical marvel, I'm telling you. Hi, Shadow Talk. How's my boy today? Well, so I do know, because I keep getting a lot of messages regarding it is weird, right? And, oh, good. I'm glad, because it's nice out today, right? Leaking without implantation. It's crazy. I forgot what I was going to say. She doesn't understand that, like, the more that she talks, the worse it's going to get. It's unfortunate. I think, I remember now. I keep getting messages about it, right? That situation. For a kid that wasn't breastfed, it is awkward. I'm just going to be honest. It's super strange to me. And I don't have an explanation for it. I don't think that is normal behavior. Right. So again, I agree. I'm not saying that, that it's appropriate, because it's not. But yeah, Sour Skittles, I kind of lean that way too, honestly. I feel like a forensic interview is not going to be a good thing, because, and although that might be difficult, right? It's something wrong there, right? However, I also know that she doesn't discipline. And that's a little bit of an issue as well, right? And you know what always blows my mind? I agree, homegirl, I agree. Because that's the only thing that, like, for me, right? I don't want to put, like I would never labeled my kids. I would have just tried to enrich as much as I can. And it doesn't seem that she does that. Like, I don't know. I can't explain it, but it's this, right, Britt? I'll be damned. Do you hear me? I missed that. I'm sorry. Well, it does. It can, I should say. Not that it does, because there is a chance that it wouldn't. But a stimulant is a stimulant. 100%. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's almost like you get what you put in. Does that make sense? Like, you're going to get out of a child what you put into the child. Hi, Pippi. And to me, there's not enough enrichment there. It's really sad to me that in her mind, she thinks that she's famous, which, girl, you ruined your reputation online. Nobody did that to you. And I know that I explain this a lot as far as, like, how these hate communities, if you will, or anti-communities form, right? They form because there is a creator that has been, people have witnessed multiple patterns of behavior as far as them doing things wrong, lying, not taking accountability, manufacturing documents, right? I appreciate you here for fun. That's how these groups of people form, right? And you could keep saying that it's been 3 years of this, but you are the one that is controlling that, right? Because if you would have answered for the things that you've done, this wouldn't be happening. People would let it go. Do you know how many mistakes and shit I fucked up on this app? It happens. We are human beings. But, hi, Kick Rocks, you have to address it honestly. Take accountability where you were wrong, and move on. Nobody, and that's what's crazy, is that's why people are continuing to say the same things to you, because you're not answering for them. And as far as I'm concerned, if you're here on the internet expecting people to support you, hi, Melody. Thanks, Pippi. You should be honest with them. All right. So there's a couple of things that I did want to address in her live from yesterday. Also, Lori, the indigenous community will be addressing you because you continue to disrespect them. Okay. Honesty changes everything, y'all.
Oh my God, you guys are just digging yourself a deeper hole. Okay, you know what?
Hi,
Let's
Gabi.
record, and you didn't even cover his face. Why is she talking about Cam? And why is she talking about Cam?
Why is this not moving? I'm
Really,
sorry.
posting pictures of my son on the internet when you're really a good thing I have this recorded, and you didn't even cover his face. Okay, that's another one.
That's another what? Let me just be clear here. That is not a crime. Okay. There are creators that repost, right? When they put stickers, that is a courtesy. They don't have to do that. Also, I think that you should understand what the Fair Use Act is. All right. People, I know that because I gave the pic, right? So people do not have to cover his face. When you put him on a public platform, that's it. It is your job as a parent and content creator to protect the things that you don't want out there. What up, Pity Paws?
Nothing. I just wanted to come up here because I know yesterday in Feisty's Live, there was a lot of people asking, what about the medicine, about the Adderall, well, Addies? She is prescribed them, and CPS did ask to do a pill count, but she refused. She said the only person that was going to count them was her doctor, and she would take them into her doctor's office and let them. She said that on a live, showing her face, so you know she was the one that said it. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Hi, Janelle.
So nobody was confused. And another question was, everybody was asking who Emily and Anthony was.
Go ahead.
Emily is related to Aaron. I think they're like cousins or second cousins. Anthony is Emily's boyfriend. Anthony is the one that was, and I'm going to say this lightly, quote, Cam's babysitter. Which at the time, there was people, and I say allegedly because I don't know, I've never dug into Anthony, so I have no clue, but there was allegedly people saying that he was with younger women. Well, girls. Anthony was there. He's the one that actually turned around and caught Cam in the plastic bag. It was not Gabby, it was Anthony. It was Anthony that would take...
He does?
It was, see, they're saying it in here. I didn't want to say it because I don't know factual. I've never seen it for my own
Send
eyes.
me the name, finds out. I'll run it right now.
You find out would know. I trust her. She would know. But Anthony was the one that took Cam out into the hallway of the apartment so her and Aaron could do things. When they were on live, they would, and then it was Anthony and Gabby that was very, very, very knit close to the point that Anthony was thinking about moving down to Florida with them. And Emily and Anthony had broke up within that time. But Anthony kept coming around. And there was allegedly people stating things might have allegedly happened between Anthony and Gabby. So that's who Anthony is when he comes in this whole clusterfuck.
Yeah, I've heard the name. I didn't know anything about the underage situation because...
Yeah. And see, why would you leave your child with somebody?
No, absolutely not.
That even has...
I don't know his last name.
Yeah, I saw you say that.
Okay,
Somebody said it to me.
Find out, do you remember when people were saying that he was a P3DO, though, or had charges?
The deal was, the story I heard was that he had kissed a 13, 14-year-old or something like that on the mouth. That's what I heard, but I don't know. And she was letting him give
That's what I heard.
him baths and all that stuff.
People are weird, dude.
Change his diaper and everything.
People are weird. Hi, Soccer Guy. You got
So
a bunch
she's
of
willing
love
to
in
do
my
that.
comments on YouTube.
Why would people? Yeah, why would people not think that she wouldn't send photos to her mods that have
Yeah, I guess
P3DO husbands or boyfriends? You know, she would, and she did, and she has. So
There on my live replay, there's a bunch of people commenting to you, apologizing and such, that you had to be exposed to Lori's bullshit.
no, Anthony was Emily's boyfriend, and Emily was the one. Emily had come in Gabby's live probably the last I seen it was probably a month and a half, 2 months ago, and Emily. They battled, and people that don't like her went over and gifted Emily, and she won, and it pissed off Gabby. So as far as I know, she has not battled her since or have had her in her box very much at all.
Yeah, I've been, listen, I'm telling you, Janelle, I think we have a better chance on Mars at this point. Hi, Missy.
Yeah, I'm saying let's go.
I'm telling you.
Very few humans, but lots of animals.
She has a
Brett-
habit of surrounding herself with pedophiles.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like there's the Amanda, and his name was Ghost. He's
Yes,
a
I remember that.
registered- So, and he's still in her chat. I don't know if his handle is still Ghost or not. But yeah, that's who she posts her son for. That's who she's always worried about. You guys won't see him anymore.
I got it.
Regular folks don't care to see him.
And
Somebody
you should see. I want to say thank you to everybody, especially you, Find Out, and Villain, and everybody who posts awareness on here, to really open up people's eyes. Like, I grew up in a world where, like, you didn't think about people taking photos off social media and doing things like that.
Unfortunate. It really is.
And
Mel better be careful over there running her mouth about me. My Canadian will whoop her ass.
Yeah, no, that's right.
my oldest
How old is
son,
Anthony?
he's
About
late 20s or mid 20s.
I'm gonna try. Hold on.
Somewhere's in there.
It's the name is super common. It's gonna take me a bit.
He
Hi,
has
Sisters.
a TikTok. He has his own.
Hi, WTF. I was wondering about you.
I actually think I'm friends with him on TikTok yet.
Hold on.
He was in the service, Margaret. He right when he came back, middle of last year, he had just got out of the service. If that helps any.
But he didn't finish the service though, did he?
No,
I
but
don't
he
think
did like boot camp or something.
He's a veteran?
He did boot camp, I think. I don't think he finished boot camp.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
Go back, and I don't think he did.
I'm trying to run them, but my internet is being weird right now. Here we go.
But yes, my oldest son has had a TikTok. My 4-year-old grandson, well, he's going to be 4, somehow got into my son's TikTok, which he doesn't post anything, and somehow put a video up. Now, my grandson, like, he's smart. I don't know how it happened. I immediately called my son and I said, you better get that video off your TikTok immediately.
Sometime.
And he's like, what video? He didn't even know. But then I explained to him why I wanted, because it was a picture of my grandson. And I don't know. And my son literally said, Mom, I trust you. And he deleted his whole TikTok account.
I got it, y'all. It's a common name, so it's gonna take me a little bit longer and I can't focus on two things at the same time. So I really am like a huge advocate. Keep your kids off. And I don't know why this app is so much worse in that ways than others, but it is. And maybe because they don't abide by their own terms of service.
Well,
but
not only that is like,
Last night,
do what they
Gabby.
want.
Last night, Gabby was bitching about people using AI to make her and Karen kiss. That was sick. Well, Gabby, imagine what they're doing with the videos and everything of your son.
Terrible.
They're putting him straight into corn
I got it.
movies.
Yeah.
I got it. It's terrible because I feel like, right, I feel like because like that's why it's your job as like a mother, right? Like as to protect them as much as you can.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to come up here, because to tell you about that whole Anthony and Emily situation, but just again to publicly thank everybody else that has really brought awareness and opened, because do you know how naive I am? And if I am, you know, there's 10,000 other people out there that are naive just like me. And I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for opening everybody's eyes, helping everybody in situations that you do by, you know, putting this awareness out there. Like, don't think you're not appreciated.
Somebody's knocking at the door, Amanda.
So, all right. Well, I'm going to jump down. I appreciate y'all. And again, thank you.
Sorry, y'all. Yeah. Sorry. The jokes go crazy. I got his name, but because it's a the last name, it's gonna take me a second to find him, to nail it, like to narrow it down. And I can't do that and do this at the same time. You got it? Aren't they so comfortable? They're so comfortable. Right, I don't know, y'all. And like, maybe it's because, like, I know how easy it is to find a location, right? That might be why I feel the way I do, because I know what I'm looking for if I'm trying to find somebody, right? And it's just awful. Hold on a second. What am I looking at? This is the reverse search image. You gotta be kidding me. But that's her website, so that's the problem. It was put on her website, so obviously that's gonna hit. Right, and it's weird. It's weird. No, it was her website, so somebody just posted that photo on her website, so it's hitting. Hi, Maddie. What's good?
I just want to tell you thank you for your awareness and bringing light to everything. I used to follow her for a while, but like support her, but then I saw the light, and now I'm like, yeah, no.
It's usually how it works.
I've been through a lot of stuff, and she obviously just cares about herself, no one else, you know, and just wants to focus
It's
on herself.
unfortunate, honestly, because none of us get hurt.
Yeah.
None
It's
of
like, we
us
don't
are
care.
the ones hurting.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
just feel
saying?
bad
The only
for
people
her.
that are hurting are her and her family, and she just keeps doing it.
Yeah, and I'm sure Aaron's annoyed with it, and I don't know why he stays, but that's up to him, I guess.
Thanks, Sarah. I don't know.
I wouldn't stay with that after all that drama and all the hectic. I left for her
find out
son.
isn't going to jail.
I feel bad for her son. It's just like he's growing up in that hectic craziness.
Right, that's what's sad to me. Like, it's complete and total chaos. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I have a little 2-year-old, and I have a baby on the way, and it's just like I just can't imagine that chaos every day in my house.
I
Like,
feel you.
I need the routine with my kids and myself to be sane. It's like, yeah, you have crazy days, but it's every day her life is crazy, and it's like I could never live like that. So
It's sad to me, WTF. It's sad to me. I do want to say this. I don't really care for Aaron. I really don't. I think it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
And she is embarrassing them. And he doesn't care for what reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly, Sour Skittles.
And it's like Aaron doesn't do anything to stop her or to change anything. And it's like, It's like,
But,
why
like,
isn't he not doing anything?
I would have taken, I would take my kid and run
Yeah, I would have filed for custody a long time
long
ago.
ago. Because this is like, this has to be mental illness, y'all.
Yeah.
This is not normal behavior. Not at all.
And at least Aaron works. He actually does something with his life. He doesn't just sit around all day. He actually does something to support the family. And she goes spend money on random shit like
I
toys for the
agree.
kid. And it's like, why? You know, it just doesn't make sense. It's just sad if everyone around, but I appreciate your lives and bringing awareness to, especially people that are still supporting her. Hopefully they can all see the
Yeah.
light soon.
Well, here's the thing. She's going to go through, it's going to be like a revolving door of supporters.
Yeah.
Right? Because people are going to feel bad for her. Listen, this is always how it goes. They go in there, they feel bad for her, they think she's bullied, right? They stick around for a little bit, and then she starts doing some shit like this, so people start side-eyeing it a little bit, right? And then they're like, huh, this shit ain't right. And then they winds up over here. It happens every single time with every single person that becomes the topic of my conversations. Every time.
Yeah.
I was a background kind of supporter for a long time. You know, sit, watch, listen, give advice. And then I found out myself that I had adenomyosis. And trying to keep up with 6 kids being in crippling pain 3 weeks a month, that just doesn't work out well.
It's a lot.
And like I, would tell her, hey, my doctors told me this, my doctors told me that. I got muted every time I gave advice by a mod for giving her.
Because she doesn't want, like, people in this situation are desperately trying to hold on to the control that she does have, which is her chat. Right? And that's why she'll turn it off. She can't control the narrative of people, and she can't control that chat either.
My final straw was when Aaron got that sound system or whatever for the living room. He got a sound system and she was chewing him out for spending money on it. Like just jumping all over him on
Right.
live.
Right.
And then he tells her I got it from a friend. She's still all mad, goes in the garage, and I straight up told her, you need to go apologize. You were 1,000,000% wrong.
Right.
Everybody jumped on me, but then people started being like, you were wrong, go apologize. She goes out and says, I'm sorry for getting mad at you. I'm just worried it'll keep C up at night. That's not what you were yelling at him
He
for.
doesn't care.
Like, that was it. I'm like, you know what? I will sit and watch. Like, I'm in almost every one of her lives. I'm sitting and watching the shit show.
Yes,
But
she
I am
did,
no longer-
Little Reds.
I am no longer offering anything. Like,
It's unfortunate, right? Because I'm sure that there are people that have tried to help her understand that her behavior. I have it on my YouTube from my live yesterday. Nookie has it. Kai has it. She came into my box yesterday. There are people that do try to be genuine friends to her.
definitely.
But she's not interested in people being a good friend. And being a good friend includes constructive criticism and honesty. I don't know if she understands that.
Exactly. Like I've tried to tell her, I know great work from home jobs. Like I do medical billing and I've gotten multiple offers for Blue Cross, Cigna, MVP, Medicaid. And I don't have a computer, they send you all that. And then the subject changes. I was like, well, I have 6 kids. I work full time.
Right.
If I'm coming in trying to help you, I don't expect praise, but I expect some sort of
Respect.
like something.
Yeah, she says she works for a Spark or whatever, but never works. Sits in the car on her phone the whole time on live.
Exactly. A lot of these people do, though, still standing. A lot of these people, that's like a requirement for a friendship, is like they have to be like enablers of, and I don't mean it doesn't have to be with the rug problem. It could just be in general, enabling her bad behavior. This woman got on the internet and lied about a miscarriage, bumped up her subscription price and sub chats. That's wrong. Anybody that stands by that behavior is an enabler to me.
Well, it's funnier when me and Danny started getting like we'll talk. I'll jump in her box once in a while. Like people do them, but she's never done anything to offend me, and I'm there till I'm not. And I never had a problem with her. But then I was in her live one day, like we were just shooting the shit, talking about the dogs, the kids, whatever. My daughter's gymnastics, whatnot. And then she got off, and it flipped right to the next live, which was G. And I started getting mauled by her mods. Mauled. I'm like, I didn't know I couldn't be okay with both of you. I didn't know that was I didn't know we were 12. Like,
Yeah.
It's really hard. It's really hard to become a self-aware narcissist.
I went into Danny's live to veer the attention of the chat from the G situation because I could tell it was getting overwhelming. I went in to change her scenery and start a different subject, which worked. Like, I ended up oh, my daughter does gymnastics, we do this, we do that, blah blah blah, and it worked. And then I ended up getting jabbed for it repeatedly.
Well, I think that there's issues there too, right? But high sailing nuts, I do think that for her, it's really the amount of work that it takes, like narcissists to become self-aware in order to do the work, in order to be conscious of the things that they're doing to people. It's so difficult, and she's lazy.
Yeah, exactly.
She's not going to do that.
Again, I don't expect a pat on the back or a hoorah, but I work full time. I have 6 kids, all of which do sports and extracurricular activities.
Right.
And I'm living a pretty damn great life right now.
Amen.
Because I work.
But she did say yesterday, she never did any vocal training. I was like, huh? Isn't that what? Doesn't she say that she was? I was confused. Yeah. Hi, Janelle. What's good?
Nothing much. I see a bunch of people talking about narcissists down there. Yes, a narcissist can change, but here's the problem. Narcissism at its core is them not looking at their own actions. It would take them to look at themselves, take away the blame to get any help. Most narcissists, it's actually a learned behavior because it has worked. They are fixable if they can take that step to look at themselves, but they can't most of the time.
I think that's another problem too, is that the self-aware, right? Thank you, Crimson. The self-awareness, a lifetime commitment. The self-awareness is not there.
No.
Like, so how, I think I said this in the video that I posted last night, like with any type of problem, before you can change it, you have to recognize it. And she just refuses.
Yeah. It's no different than an addict who doesn't hit their rock bottom. Now,
exactly.
Sociopath's a whole different ballgame. And a lot of people get the narcissist and the sociopaths kind of confused. A sociopath, there's not a lot of fixing them. That just is a weird wired thing. But narcissism, for the most part, is learned behavior that has worked for them.
No, don't tell me he got fired, dude.
Somebody said he got fired on Wednesday. I don't know how true it is, but I saw it in the comments.
That's crazy.
I don't understand. Listen to me. I cannot understand. Okay. I do not understand the people that, like, the problem could be right in front of them and they can't see it. Like, I got you. I'm with you. Trust me. But like, it's the craziest thing to watch, right? Because she has to, in some way, know that lying is bad, right? She has to understand at this point that people are smarter than she is, right? Like, she can't just assume everybody watching her is stupid. So, like, why do you set yourself up for this, knowing what it's going to come with?
I think it's much like American Idol. I'm sure you've watched it as, I don't watch it a lot, but you see the first tryouts and you see these people who are terrible and make asses of themselves.
Right.
But their entire
it's mind-blowing
family,
to me.
Right. But their entire family, their whole lives have just told them how wonderful they were and you need to go on American Idol. Everybody has blown smoke so much that they don't realize they just came on and looked like an ass. When you've not
but this is different. This is affecting your entire life.
You would think it would click, but they've ever been held accountable, so they don't know what to do with it.
I do agree with that.
Well, that's like this new move of, he does this stuff because he's autistic. Honey, I've got one autistic child, 2 with ADHD, and 1 being tested for ADHD anxiety tomorrow. Guess
Hi,
what?
Harry.
I don't treat none of my kids any different than I treat the rest of them. I don't let them get away with nothing. Like, I'm not gonna, that's not an excuse. And you're not enabling any sort of behavior that way. Or you're enabling behavior or not helping them.
What the fuck?
What?
No, not. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
You threw a book at her face.
I did see that this morning.
I didn't see that. I wasn't on.
I did see that, and here's the thing. It's really unfortunate to. Right, but that's Fuzz. That's why she's experiencing the difficulty that she's experiencing with him, right? Is because she doesn't put her foot down and parent.
Well, she was just live. I was streaming her.
Okay.
He pushed her down and told her to shh
Yeah, and they covered her
on the
mouth.
couch.
The kid did?
Yeah. Yeah.
And she covered her mouth, and he's like, "Shh, be quiet." And I was like, "If my kid did that, I'd get so mad.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I'd be
That's
"Nope,
terrible.
don't tell me to be quiet."
Yeah. He runs that house like
And you know what the crazy part is? If she spanked him once, he'd learn a lesson.
Yeah.
Or just snatch him up. Don't say a word to him. and
Don't
go
give him his
put in the corner.
iPad.
well, and
Yeah,
that's
take
the
away his
thing
toys.
too, is he was throwing a fit because he didn't want to get out of the car because he was taking a nap. And so he was throwing a fit, and she would drag him out, and then he would run
100%.
and run back into the car.
Time out. Anything.
And,
That's,
and then
and when
then-
she doesn't, right? When she doesn't, and then she rewards him,
yeah,
he doesn't understand that it's not wrong.
no,
he
she was
did
she was
good.
she was pacifying him. I'll bring in the car seat into the car, and you can take a nap in the house with the car seat. Like
Right, Sarah, right. It's no
bargaining-
excuse.
Bargaining with him, like I don't understand it.
But that only increases the chances that he will continue that behavior because she's rewarding it.
Yep. Yep. I had a customer like that. She was late or no-showed to every single appointment. And, well, my 4-year-old didn't want to put his shoes on. She stood in my parking lot for 2 hours arguing with this kid to get him in the car. He was little.
Yes.
Pick him up and put him in his car seat.
period.
You're gonna let him do this and cost me money by no-shows? I fired her because I said, look, your kid is not my problem.
Same. I would do the same. Somebody in the comments. I would do the same. Like, you want to act a fool? You're gonna you can't. And you know what the fucked up part about it is that like she doesn't want to deal with it, right? So right, exactly that too. You tell a kid you don't ask your kids. And you know what? Here's the crazy thing, right? I've always treated my kids with respect. No matter what. I grew up in a time where children were seen and not heard. Children were spoken to after they were spoken to, right? I didn't do that with my kids. My kids, I showed respect. Like, even if they had to be punished or they did something wrong, I apologized for my behavior. And that's why, to this day, my kids respect me more than they respect their dad. Because he was that way. I'm your father and you're going to listen to me point blank, period. I didn't do that. I was more of a communicator.
Well,
So she doesn't even realize that she is causing more issues here.
Yeah, and when I was growing up, when I was his age, if I threw a fit in public, my parents dragged me out of that store and punished me when I got home.
Right.
But they
And
didn't
it
spank
sucks.
me
And
or
I don't
anything, but-
I do not condone beating. That's
No.
not a thing. That's
no,
abuse to
they
me.
just said, you're not going to have,
But right.
TV
There
rights
are
or
ways
yeah.
to discipline without being physical.
Yeah,
Right.
like take away toys and stuff.
Right. There are ways to do that. And that is what teaches them what's acceptable and what's not. There you go. from what I've seen of her, no follow through is the worst thing you could do, actually, because they learn to that you're not gonna do anything about it, so they just walk all over you. I'll be damned if my 4-year-old ran my house.
So
There was never a I'm going to from my parents. We didn't get that warning. It wasn't I'm going to if you keep doing this. It was either you stop it
Yep.
or you're not going to be happy afterwards. And they
Right.
took things from me like the keys to my car that meant a lot to me.
Yep.
After that, all they had to do was look at me, and I knew
Same.
that was it.
Same. Still to this day, if I give my kids the look, they know.
Yeah.
if my mom gives
Still.
me the look, I'm hiding in my room.
Right.
Yep.
Like
It's
I'm
crazy
hiding in my
because I
room,
saw somebody.
locking my door.
I saw somebody just comment in the chat. They do crave structure, routine, stuff like that. They do.
Yep.
Oh, I got beat with everything. Are you kidding me?
I was 18 years old and still had a 9:30 curfew, and I had owned a business for a
Right?
year.
It's crazy.
Well,
It's
and what
crazy.
happens if he's like 16, built, buff, like, and he does that to his girlfriend, pushes her on the couch and tells her to shut up.
I'll tell you what,
I'm gonna look this up real quick.
I wouldn't have had a tooth left in my face, nor would I have been
Yes.
able to sit down for a month.
Oh, I did want to say this. How can I say this?
Wow.
I know that somebody was live today with another one with empty threats. Okay. I'm not worried about it. You're going to find out why you will no longer be discussed by me or anyone around me, publicly at least. You're going to find that out real soon. And I also thought that it was important for you to know that the contacts that I have in the FBI are the child exploitation contacts. Okay? Just thought that you should know that. And we'll keep it moving.
How do I send a screenshot to you, Valen?
My Facebook and my Instagram are in the link tree.
Okay.
Because good luck. I don't know. I think it's weird. I think that you should be careful the lies that you have other people parroting about other people that are defamation. Do you understand that? What you're saying about Nookie is defamation. And you're about to figure out that you can't do that because I hold the original link to the video that was posted that you are blaming people for CP with. All right? Watch it. I'm about done with it. I forgot what I was just going to Google.
Anybody think those kind of accusations are okay? Those are like,
You know what's wild to me is knowing that she fucking did it herself. That's what's crazy to me.
yeah.
But she's going to be handled legally because now she's going to other people and they're repeating her bullshit. You cannot do that to people.
No.
Lies and defamation are never going to be protected speech. Do you understand that? You're good. Do you guys know you're up here? Okay. I forgot what I was just going to look up. I got distracted.
You were going to Google something, and
I
you
know,
got
but I forget what it was.
trying to
Is that
think.
person coming in here and saying this to you?
Right. No, it's right. Two of a kinds. I'm not worried about it. Listen to me. I have it all. I have it all. I have every way to prove that she is the where it originated. Okay. And call me crazy, but if pictures of my kids were being photoshopped, etc., you'd never see my motherfucking kids on this app again. Okay? Never. Yeah, she's another one. She could get fucked. Lori, you are being disrespectful to the indigenous community. Do you understand that? That duet that you did yesterday, do you even know what you were doing with that? How do you not realize that you are disrespecting that community?
I didn't even see it.
It's disgusting.
I didn't see it either.
And just because I passed it to that community because it is not my place to speak on it. I don't know the cultural ins and outs of their dances, their practices. Therefore, somebody else will deal with it.
I don't know much about Lori, so I can't speak on her.
Yeah, it's a mess.
I only know about Gabby and Danny, so.
It was terrible. It was terrible. The
Well,
way that hold on, I have it in Dropbox.
She had this special needs type filter on the one time.
Yep.
Like, y'all, come on. What is wrong with your brains?
Hey, Villain, you
Hi.
might want to read Bubblegum's comment.
I can't. There's no way I could keep up.
I'll look up. Go ahead, do what you're doing. I'll look up.
It says Maddie supports G and D.
Oh, I don't. That doesn't make a difference to me.
Okay.
I already
Howdy,
said I
howdy.
support Gabby, so I just barely said that.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Why don't you just put a sheet on? I mean, let's just get it over with. Just put a sheet on at this point.
What?
I don't understand if she doesn't realize what she's doing. Because she was told yesterday, stop it. And she went live this morning running her entire mouth. You are mocking things that are sacred to that community. Not knowing what you're doing, continuing to call them the I word. They don't want to be called that.
Well, they didn't give her any violations or anything? Are you shitting me?
Probably if it was a stock music that she did it to, that they allow on TT, that's probably why they're not touching it, if they allow the music on there, would be my guess.
Now, mind you, 3 days before this, she held an awareness live for Emily Pike.
No way.
I don't know who that is.
The entire thing was saturated. The entire live, my naps, was saturated with microaggressions and straight racism. It was vile.
For those that don't know who Emily Pike is,
Yeah.
she's a 14-year-old Native American girl that was found red-rummed and dismembered. And she was from a group home. So that is what Lori is making light of, is a 14-year-old child that lost her life.
Oh my God.
Oh, Lord.
And then she did the awareness live, and then the next day she said, Emily Pike, and laughed. Lori, let me explain something to you, okay? I do believe it was Arizona. Let me explain something to you, all right? We know that you're not smart enough to read a text message and think at the same time, all right? We know that we can hear your phone, okay? We can hear it when it goes off. Stop lying. Stop lying. Your behavior was despicable. It was gross. And that community is asking you to leave it alone. There was no text. I know that. I know that, y'all. Yeah, she said she got a text with receipts. There are no receipts there, and you're going to find that out the hard way, okay? Yeah, I heard about it. I have her live from yesterday. I just haven't gone through it yet. Because there is no, like, if you could support this kind of behavior, why would you even do that? I know.
The thing is, people do make mistakes. And I will say we were born different. You know, we didn't have the internet till our 20s.
100%.
There are a lot of cultures that we didn't understand or didn't know
100%.
words. But here's the thing. All you ladies that keep doing this. If one person says you hurt my feelings or
It's
you
enough.
did something wrong, that is enough for you to look at yourself, take down what you posted, come on next day and say, you know what? I screwed up. I am so sorry. Stop fucking doubling down on this shit. How
Right, that's what I'm
stupid are
saying.
you?
Like,
Wow.
there's no way that she didn't get wind, because one of the girls that I've like slid things to before, she actually addressed Miss Ashy Cat too. She made a video last night. There's no way that video hasn't made its way to Lori, because it has been reposted everywhere, right? Because that script, Tanya, yes, that is somebody, like, that is not, it is not my place, right? I am not indigenous. I don't know that cultures, that there's sacred things. Like, I don't know that stuff. So I would rather not speak on it. I would rather give it to somebody else and let them address it. But she thinks that she's honoring them, and she is shitting on them. It's gross.
They're choices at this point. The first time is a mistake,
100%.
the second time is a flat out decision.
100%.
My grandmother's mother was full-blooded Cherokee, and we weren't even raised to know the cultures. I myself would not even feel comfortable saying anything like that. Period.
Right, it's weird. It's weird.
Do you think she's just doing it to get
reactions?
Yeah,
I think she needs to worry about what's going on in her own life.
And attention, maybe?
Yeah.
But if somebody comes out and says, please do not do this, okay,
Dang.
you should respect that.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure Falsifer told her it was a great idea, just like she told Tay that memorial was an excellent idea too.
Mm.
And by the way, for the person who said that Falsifer was saying something about Dylan lives in a shack, well, guess what? Falsifer is homeless because her apartment is in her daughter's name. So she doesn't even have a home to call her own.
Wow.
We also know that she had the wrong place when she tried to dox me, so there's that.
I'm so baffled every day that I open this app, and just when you think, surely you can't be that dumb.
Yeah.
Here's my thing, right? I'm sorry, I lost it. I was trying to, that's what's weird to me, is that, like, if people are saying, hey, please don't do this, right? Please don't do this. You're being disrespectful to XYZ. The double down to continue is making you look worse. Hi, Cal.
And people do make mistakes. Like, there was a word used yesterday. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say where or why. It wasn't intentionally bad, but it was a word that was derogatory. And I understand that a lot of us, again, grew up with certain words. We did not have the internet, so knowing all the different cultures and what was acceptable, I understand that that's wasn't available to everybody. But apology was made, you know what I mean? And the person said, I'm sorry, I didn't know what that word meant. I won't use it again. And it was in an instance where I could see they could miss it. But quit doing it after the first time.
Right. Well, see, and that's the thing, right? If it happens more than once, that's not a mistake. Okay. No. First. Secondly, I understand, and this is not a justification in any way, shape, or form, because that word is not in my vocabulary. You will not catch me saying it publicly, privately, anywhere for a long time, right? Now, do I understand that 25 years ago, it was a more said word? Yes. But the second that people find out that they are fucking offending people, it should be stricken from your vocabulary.
100%, but I think we're talking about two different words. This was...
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll send you a DM. It was not directed at a person. It was not the R word. It was not, like, it was something that we all heard. I guarantee you heard it too. Growing up. It wasn't even, I don't even know how to explain.
I also saw another video that was atrocious. Too many slurs in one live. I can't even believe that it stayed up. And then I saw people that kind of associate with that group co-signing that, and that was disgusting. I don't know where there is no excuse. There is zero excuse to be sitting on a public platform and using slur after slur after slur after slur after slur. I don't give a shit who came into your life. It's wrong.
Yeah, but wouldn't TikTok take that down now?
They did. They didn't take the live down before it was screen recorded, but
okay.
it was, and you just can't do that. Listen, two wrongs are never gonna make a right. You and you start using slurs against them. I just think that that's what you do regularly. That's all right. I get it back. Don't you realize that by now?
See, I got
It comes
reported.
right back.
Yeah, I got reported because I think I know what R word you're talking about, and I use that. I call my husband that all the time, and he just happened to be out here messing around, and I called him that, and they shut my live down.
Yeah, TikTok's new AI is wild. It catches everything, and that's why I'm so shocked that live was able to be screen recorded.
Right. But I mean I wasn't saying it to anybody. I was just addressing.
No, be gross. Wasn't she live this morning?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'll have to see what live you're talking about, because I think we're talking about two totally different
Right.
ones.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I was talking about other things at once.
Yeah.
Right.
The one that Dylan's talking about, Krista has a snippet of it posted.
Krista has it?
Well, I got to go see
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
I
I agree. I am not a fan of any offensive, I'm not a fan of it. I'm just not. And if you think that you are going to be public, you can't act that way.
No. But I mean, like when I said it to my husband, that was like just slip up because I didn't realize I was still on live. You know what I mean? That's just something that I say to him personally, because that's the way he acts. You know what I mean? Sometimes.
Well, and here's the thing. I think that, I don't know, Chrissy, are you still here? Damn, I'm trying to find, not crazy Chrissy, other Chrissy. I don't agree with the word being used ever.
Right.
I don't think that it's okay. Chrissy, check your texts.
Well, I think we're talking about the same word.
I don't know. I think that there are several different words being discussed right now. So I just want to make it clear. I don't agree with any use of any words, publicly, privately, anything.
Bottom line, if we do slip up and you learn that something is a no-no, you don't continue using it. Basically is the point. When people tell you, you've done something that offended me or hurt me, if there's any validity to that, it's time to stop. And that means pregnancies, that means words, that means anything that you are doing to poke somebody.
Offensive, period. It shouldn't be done.
Right.
You used to get
And speaking of people acting a certain way in public and on this platform, you cannot have C doing the things that he's doing and then at a later date call it satire because you're getting in trouble for it.
No, absolutely not.
That is not, you cannot do that because that's a lie. It was not satire. It was not a parody. You were
Sorry,
really
I'm trying to
that or
get
really
the
allowing
details
that.
of what's going on. So I'm not really. Give me a second.
WTF, what boggles my mind is how do you call any of that satire? I don't care whether you're standing in a courtroom, you're standing there with CPS, or you're standing there with your husband. How is satire means funny, mocking. That's not fucking funny.
I agree.
And you know, I used to get called that name in school because I was in special ed. I take offensive to that, like really like offensive to that.
Agree.
Because I can't hear that word because I was bullied and told that I was that my whole entire life. I'm sorry,
but I don't believe in that. No, that word should never be used, no matter if your husband acts.
I agree.
Yeah,
I see. I don't know the details about that either. Somebody tried to break it down to me and I was confused.
I guess my definition of satire in other people's is just completely different, because there are some
things. I think that there are several different conversations going on, and I'm super confused, and I'm trying to keep up, but I can't because.
What I understand, there was multiple lives going on. One was extremely derogatory towards people of color.
Right. I think that that's the one I'm talking about.
And then there was another one where someone made a comment about a religion.
Right.
Chrissy, I think, yes, you and I think we're discussing.
So there was 2 separate lives and 2 different people called, well, multiple people called out.
I explained why it was not a appropriate word.
Right. That's where I started. I thought that you were talking about that word, and I brought up the other live, but then somebody said another one, and I'm like, what the fuck?
It was a shit show.
Why is it so difficult? I don't understand it.
Because people don't respect other people.
Then don't be around other people. If you if you can't behave and you can't respect other people, then don't be around other people.
I agree.
Stay home and turn off your phone.
That's the point that I'm trying to make. It's never okay. Ever. Right, Lady Di. I didn't see, but that's what I'm trying to catch up, because clearly I missed something, and I think that was fucking up where I was trying to put the pieces together. But
both of us are doing different puzzles and looking for the same piece. I'm sorry, I can.
Hey, Luna, are you gonna be the one to do it?
I didn't see.
Do you want a box?
Hey, ma'am, get out of there.
Do you think that you're gonna do something? Because I promise you, you're not.
I'm shipping her to you here in a minute.
I will take her. How is she?
Her blood blister on her eye popped. The vet yesterday said she thought it was just no, it's good. So it kind of
right, because so it could heal. Right.
Yep. Just still don't know how we got it. I'm assuming the 4 hours she was in the ER, she leaned her face against the cage and just kept trying to get out. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But we had limping today that we have not had in weeks, so they can tell me it is not stomach related all they want to. I'm calling bullshit. This dog has fucking lupus. If I bet any money on it.
I'm sorry.
I blocked that asshat, Luna. I muted them. If they find balls, they can ask for a box.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not worried about it. Right. Learn to spell feisty first, right? Are you going to go through and hit the bullet points that everybody else has hit in the last 5 years trying to take me down?
Look at that.
Because we're tired. We're tired of hearing the same things over and over again. It's so embarrassing that y'all like, oh, I struck gold. And then because you don't do your research, you think that you're doing something, and then we laugh at you because we're like, that was talked about 3 or 4 years ago on my YouTube channel. So why don't you do yourself a favor and go, that's what it was. Thank you. Why don't you go do yourself a favor and go through my YouTube channel, right? That way you know what's been discussed and what hasn't been discussed, and then we can talk, okay? That was what I was looking for. To whoever just said, let them, I'm glad you brought me back. All right. Gabby posted a video and said, hold on. I know. So weird. I don't know. Blowjob, I don't know. I'm going to say, Gabby posted a video of her doing things like that she should be doing, right? And it said, me practicing the let them theory. Girl. Okay, so I meant to do this before, but I got a little distracted. I apologize. That happens a lot because of the comments. Like, I can't stay on focus. Like, I can't stay on
because of me and my ADHD. I throw you off.
Okay, ready? The let them theory is a mindset tool, which we're already behind. Screwfuls. that encourages you to stop trying to control others and instead allow them to make their own choices and live their lives, focusing on what you can control instead. Not going well, babe.
It's not, clean in a manic state and go crazy in your house and clean everything.
It's not going well.
I can sum up the let them theory in about 10 seconds.
Perfect.
The let them theory is a snooze fest. Gabby is using it as a crutch. She's using it as a crutch because she's come online.
She's using it in the wrong context.
And she's done things that she had no business doing, and now she's feeling those repercussions of her own actions.
Amen. Just because you're walking around screaming, let them, we are holding you accountable as a 33-year-old adult. Somebody should have taught it to you sooner. I'm sorry they didn't, but here we are. You know?
Well, and if you're letting them, you don't take them to court over shit that's not illegal. So
I think the only way you're going to get her to understand is to draw pictures on a whiteboard.
I don't want to break the whiteboard out.
I know because you're moving, but we may need a whiteboard.
Right, like I'm trying to get everything out the door. How is that?
We may need a whiteboard night. Do you want to ship it to me and I'll do the drawings?
Maybe.
Do I need to get my notebook paper and markers back out?
Yes, please.
Oh, you know what I did do though? So you know how I keep books, right? For every series I have a book, right?
You're going to have a binder soon.
Look, I got, these are, okay. Hi, Riley. Timestamps for lies.
oh my God, are you kidding me?
I've only gotten through 2 lives so far, and there are 7 pages of timestamps with lies.
Holy crap.
Look, my lie list falsifier was just her first few days publicly on TikTok. And that was in the first week
Already
or so
on
of January.
notebooks. It says for your thoughts, feelings, and receipts.
And by the way, you asked about Gloriisms, and Sugar Skull has a video.
I saw,
about them.
she tagged me in it the other day.
Okay, just keeping you in the loop.
I appreciate stuff like that because I like to laugh, you know?
Laughy laughs are number 1.
You're going to have to get a whole ass.
Laughing, wondering if it's me going crazy, you guys having 15 conversations, me baking and cooking, or my hard tea kicking in all at the same time.
It's probably all of the same.
All at the same
That
time.
was my fault because I thought she was saying something else, and I was relating it to something else, and we just confused everybody.
Yeah.
And during all of that, I flipped a BLT onto my lap.
Well, because I was texting you to see what is going on, and because I didn't see one of the things that were being talked about. So
You're lucky I have a time
context before I understood what was happening.
You're going to have to get a binder soon, Phil.
Listen, I have, listen, if y'all are new here, okay, I have 4 iPhones.
A Dropbox from hell.
A Dropbox from hell. My Dropbox is currently sitting at 1.08 terabytes.
Hey, Blue Eyes, Falsifer knows that she has been told what she's lied about, some of them, because she's the one that kept reporting my videos and got them taken down.
I do need an assistant. But here's the problem with what I do, right? A lot of times that comes with personal information and people DMing me personal shit, right? So I don't think an assistant is in my future because the way that people stab people in the background here, I wouldn't put anybody in that position.
No.
So it's kind of just...
I tried it. I
got to do it myself, you know?
Can't do it.
I'm sorry. What did I do, Cheryl? It's difficult, right? but I can't, I would never risk other people's stuff being, I just would never do that.
Under your control. And a lot of people don't do that. So much time.
And all my mods in the boxes?
Yeah, what do you need? Want me to drop?
No, Riley's in the chat.
And a lot of people don't do that anymore. A lot of people don't keep their trust on this app. So that's really awesome and that's that you're doing that.
That's the problem, is because. All right, I appreciate y'all. That's the problem, is that I don't, it's not, a lot of times it's not information that I'm necessarily asking for. It's people coming to me because they need help from whatever, right? Whatever it is.
Even advice. You get so many calls for just advice. And I'm like, I can't help you.
Right. So I would never want to limit people from doing that, and then it winds up, it's not a bit. That's the real reason why I still have the Queen of Being Banned 2.0 Gmail. It is because when I had to go from the Queen of Being Banned to the Queen of Being Banned 2.0, when I retired last year, I deleted all of my accounts that were alts, my alt YouTubes, alt TikToks, all my alt emails. I deleted them all, right? I couldn't, in good conscience, delete the 2.0 email because so many people email me for important things. So I blame that for winding up back from retirement.
Also, you have people from years back that still know that email.
100%.
So if you dumped it, it would be
right.
Bad.
It's public knowledge. No, but at the time, I really wanted to be done. I didn't want to do this anymore.
I'm hoping if somebody gets their hiney burned enough, like you were just referring to, that maybe everybody will take note, stop their shit, and you won't have to do this anymore. A girl could dream. Stop it.
Uh-huh.
The problem is everybody thinks when they do get their hiney burned, if they just up and disappear for a little bit, they can come back like nothing ever happened. And somehow they accumulate a whole new flock of crazies to follow them.
It's so crazy. It really is.
I don't get it.
Did we see who was in the box in Gabby's live last night? In that mess?
The Shannon goes fishing.
The Shannon gone fishing. And
is she in relation to Faith gone fishing?
I have no idea.
What's the matter? Jake, you're up here?
What? I do.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Oh, I just had a
Ooh, no. What happened?
Your stellar mod skills apparently aren't good.
Wait, Faith doesn't know her, but she's using her name like that? That's weird. Can somebody bring whoever that was back? Yeah, Cinnamon, I'm not worried about it.
I don't have the power, boss.
I know. I really need to get new mods. I just been slacking. I know, Lara. I suck at life. Hi, Jake. Sorry.
No worries.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, but I was like, wait, where'd you go? Yeah, no, they're back.
Okay, you can hear me all right?
Yep, I got you.
So I go into Nookie's YT and do the boss lady the BS lady breakdown.
I love those.
That's me. Makes it easier for you.
I love those.
Did you hear her today?
For Liabos, I'm waiting to hear from Nookie, really. I messaged him earlier because I would love to just slam her with a suit at this point.
Oh my God. I'm a 54-year-old menopausal woman, and nothing makes my rage.
Yeah.
So today she says that she has to go out and buy a prom dress. Wonder who she's buying a prom dress for.
She's not.
And this whole stuff about her, I always start with keep your kids off the internet.
She rage baits too.
I'm sorry, who has to buy the prom dress now? Falsifer?
Yeah.
But I thought the daughter she lived with was 24.
Because she thinks she's going to buy one for Lori's
gonna buy
kids,
it for
and that is
Lori.
not happening.
Oh. If she's buying one for her own daughter.
Possible.
And her son is going to grow up and hate that woman.
I agree.
Hate her. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I have a 27-year-old son. And when he was that age, he played ball, elite, made it to the provincials, the whole thing. And if I had plastered that at the time, I guess it would have been Facebook, he would have died of embarrassment. And all this, and his friends are going to ridicule him. Bubs, she picked his outfit out today. Like, what? Stop talking about your kids on the internet.
It's so strange to me.
She has shown his uniform several times on her live. Do you know, Falsifer, how easy that is for someone to track that teen name?
She
because
doesn't
it's
care.
not a common one.
She
It's
doesn't
not
care.
common.
She doesn't care.
She doesn't care. And then it'll be somebody else's fault for exposing her kid.
Yep. She still has videos of her children on the YouTube that she knows somebody sent me the bathing video from. So she does not care.
No,
She said this morning that she said out of her mouth a video that she posted for his aunt. Okay, so were you hacked or did you post it? Because there for a while she never posted that and she was hacked.
Real quick, did she wait, what was I just gonna say? She said that she said, has anybody ever heard Crystal be blamed for that?
No.
Because I haven't. I've always said that I know that she posted it. Stop blaming Nookie. Always.
Crystal who? Airplane Crystal?
Yes.
No, I've never heard.
Never happened.
Never heard Falsifer say anything about Airplane Lady.
Right. Until recently, she said she got an email saying she was being blamed for it, and that is not the case.
She didn't get no email.
Always have said that she posted it because I have the link.
Look, she's getting emails like the way she dated Elon Musk. You hear me? She ain't got no damn emails. She has no emails.
I really don't pay her any attention, but she really is obsessed with me, you know?
Yeah, we're all your little
because Gabby just ended to come over
we're
here.
Villain.
Oh, I don't
One
care.
second. No,
But
Gabby
I also
wants a
wanted to
recording
say-
of me saying something about Anthony. So since she ended her live, I'm going to say it because I know she's in here now wanting to record it so she gets it straight from me. Okay? Anthony, what I said, Gabby, was it is alleged that Anthony has flavor for little kitties and that he gave your son a bath.
But what would she be worried about it? I repost my
Oh,
lives
she needs
on
it.
YouTube.
I know, but she needs
You don't
it
need
really
to waste your
bad.
storage screen recording, girl. It'll be on YouTube.
And hey, Gabby, that is not against the law.
At all.
You see, I don't go into your lives and rage bait you in your comments. I stay in my own lane. I have a right to have an opinion.
I think she actually did say that's my opinion, actually.
Right?
Yeah,
And you know
I think I
what?
remember that.
I don't need her fucking permission to have a fucking opinion
No,
either.
that's not how it goes.
So, yeah, she's a little weird. Come for me. I dare you, Gabby. Come again. I got something for you, baby.
But you don't have to screen record. I quite literally, when this ends, look, see this? This is one of my devices. I screen record the lives because people were getting upset with me for posting replays with no comments. Right? So I screen record them on another device and then I upload them to YouTube. So you never have to waste your own storage, babe. It's crazy.
Yeah, you don't have to recruit people either. You know, Gabby, what is it? Part of your amendments is inciting violence against others with lies and slander. That is not protected speech, honey.
Hey Gabby, real quick, if you're in here, but disclaimer, this is satire. Keep your son off the effing internet. Keep him off the internet. But this is satire,
Gabby,
okay?
Facts. Gabby, I just feel the need to make this disclaimer, babe. You could build the army that you want to build, but I could promise you it ain't gonna fuck with mine. Okay?
Nope.
You're gonna
And she
waste
needs
your
to-
time and still come up short, because that's embarrassing.
I made a video schooling her on Fair Use Act and the
Yeah.
First Amendment. Could you
She
redo
calls
that
it
for
Fair
her?
Act.
'Cause,
That's not what it is.
you know, she just doesn't get it. Poor little Einstein. Bless her heart.
That sucks. It sucks to have 4 brain cells fighting for life in there.
If you want to see some satire, G, go on over to my YT where I did a satire as you the other night.
We love WTF does a lot of satire. She takes, tell me about it, Chrissy. She takes creators that are like hot on the topics, if you will, and she does satire lives, and they're really funny.
What shocks me is you look at these people and go, really? That's the sperm that won?
Right? Isn't it wild? Janelle, did you hear her read
The
her
lack
book?
of self-awareness shocks me.
It doesn't it? Isn't it? You know,
Lori's video, I have to say, my aunt married, I'm in Canada. My aunt married an indigenous fellow out west. My daughter and her husband are applying for adoption of his 2 nieces who are indigenous. And so we've done a lot of training on, we've learned how to make ribbon skirts and the meaning of it.
Right.
We've learned what giving tobacco to the land means, what the dances mean.
Right.
And I was so infuriated when I saw that video. She has no idea.
None.
People have no idea how many indigenous women and children go missing every year or are never reported.
Facts.
Never reported.
And I think that that's part of my problem as far as what she's doing, right? Because I know that, like, she's just hopping around like an idiot. That's not what they're doing.
No. Every move means something.
Right, exactly. And that's
it's
what I'm
thanking
saying.
the creator. It's
a prayer.
Bringing back.
Right.
It's a prayer. It's thanking the creator. It's how they connect because they don't ever think anybody is ever dead.
Right.
They've come back as whatever. And certain moves could be for the eagle. Certain moves could be for the bears.
Right.
And for her to dance around like a
It was so
effing
embarrassing.
idiot.
It was so embarrassing.
Not only
Hey, I'm not trying to interrupt. Dylan, I've got to drop. I just picked up Boosie and Jay. I'll be in the chat, though.
I'll see you later.
See ya.
Listen, Jacob, it doesn't matter if somebody reports because, listen, they report me every time I open my mouth, y'all. Every time I'm live, I get hit. I get it back.
Every time. I've got a question for Gabby since I know she's also in here. I would like to know since she made that false accusation that somebody accused her of sexually assaulting her son.
Yeah.
But now we all of a sudden see this new behavior of
weird.
her trying to
Weird.
breastfeed her son.
Has anybody seen the YouTube video?
Which one?
Yep. The newest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Gabby, if you have any questions about your reproductive area, I work for an OBGYN. I'm his medical office assistant. So if you have any questions at all, hit me up and I'll be happy to answer and maybe set you straight on a few things. Okay, love?
And just in case you missed the memo, it's always going to be call the popo ho. Okay?
Call the popo ho.
And I would love for Gabby to have to sit in my seat and on at least a weekly or bi-weekly basis have to console somebody who's had a loss.
It's terrible what she's doing.
I had to sit with someone this morning and do that and set up for the blood tests, the ultrasound, the possible DNC, the start of the medication. She sickens me.
I agree. I do think that it's really unfortunate that she doesn't understand the magnitude of what she's done.
She does. Gabby is very calculated. She knows, and so is Lori and the rest of them. The patterns, they are very calculated. It's part of the
And
rage
you know
bait.
what sucks to me is Lori did the same shit, right? Lori was on the internet running her mouth, acting a fool with her kids in the house. And guess where Lori's kids are now?
Yeah, where they should be.
It
When I
happened.
want to talk about
if you
Lori's
wish
weight
my
gain, that could be
children
because
don't
there's
let
some
it go.
medication.
I can't hear what's going on.
Somebody mentioned Lori's weight gain the other day. That's probably because there's some Addie missing from the house.
Oh,
that she
100%.
can't take anymore.
100%. The stimulants have been taken. Also, her diet sucks.
And hence the 150 frappes a day because she needs the stimulant.
But how do you ask for money for food so you don't even have saltines while you're eating for an hour?
And please stop eating on lives.
I'll never understand the people that eat online, on lives. I will never get it. It is never cute. It is never appealing. It is actually gross. And I don't know why people, I'll never understand it. Why do you have to be live all day to the point that you have to do it while you're live?
Right. And if you're tooth challenged, don't eat hard food.
It's just, it's crazy to me.
It's a trait of a narcissist. Sorry.
That was me yesterday, Psycho Bunny. When I was in your live, I was in your live eating lunch, right? But I was there to like support the situation. So I kept muted.
I can't even sit next to my kids eating half the time because of the crunching in the smash. Like
Right, it's just rude.
I'm like, why? Like, I don't even like eating in front of people because, like, I feel like I look stupid eating like tacos that are messy. I don't know how people can do it on live for hundreds of views.
Misophonia is a true thing.
I didn't eat yet today, but like you know that you could be live when you're not doing those things. What up, Nookie? I was talking about you.
Hi, Nookie. We love you, Nookie.
Why can't we just do lives when you're not doing things that involve everyday life?
Bodily functions? Can we just bodily functions? How
Fucking
about
weird.
we stop there?
It's weird. Gabby's lithography.
Oh,
I'm
earlier
dead.
I wanted to mention that you guys, I was driving and listening, that you were mentioning that kids want structure and form. So, little story. Growing up, I had a friend whose parents were alcoholics. And she would come to my house every morning and get the bus. I didn't know they drank for years and years. And I always asked to go to her house, catch the bus. And she said, no, I want to come to your house. Because her parents were usually drunk at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I can remember saying to her years later, you know, I was jealous of you when we were teenagers because you could do whatever you wanted, whenever you wanted. And she goes, you know what? I was jealous of you because you had a curfew and your parents gave a shit.
It's true. Like, I really think I was always like, to me, I feel like it's freedom is like, not that they should be like locked up, right? But freedom should be a reward. That's how it was when I was a kid, right? You want to get good grades, do what you're supposed to do in sports and service work and all that other stuff, then you can have a later curfew, right? Like, I don't know.
You know, now that you say that, actually, that makes sense because a lot of my friends, their parents, for one reason or another, were not around. So I always wanted to stay at their house because we could get away with everything. We could smoke our cigarettes and nobody
You get in trouble.
Right. But now I look back and as much as I didn't like it back then, I'm thankful for what I did have because those friends keep jobs. They have 10 kids that they cannot afford to pay for. They will be left nothing when their parents are gone.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing. And I'm thankful now.
Also, I just want to make this announcement. It's just a PSA for like the morons on the internet. You're never going to be able to tell if somebody is screen recording or screenshotting while you're live. Should I repeat that? Because y'all morons over there are having a really hard time trying to figure out the fact that if somebody is screenshotting or screen recording, it's a different device. So how would your device recognize that? The fuck?
They think when anybody lags that's what's going on. No,
No, their internet sucks.
Right. Half y'all are broke and have shitty internet.
Facts. That T-Mobile
Oh, boss
Wi-Fi.
liars. Boss liar's probably hijacking her neighbors. She doesn't have hot water.
Facts. She said, hi, Gail. She said she had the expensive. No, you don't. Stop it. Just stop it.
Stop it. Oh, what was the other thing she said? Oh, that she would have to log into her face. Oh, no, I have to create a Facebook.
Yeah.
Taught her own self in her own
Because she
lie.
said, because remember when we found, that's how I got her legal name was Facebook. And she deleted it real quick, right? And now she caught herself in a lie today, all right, by saying, she said something and she was like, oh, I might have to get Facebook again, and then caught it and tried to, but we know you had a Facebook because that's how I got your legal name to run you, you weirdo.
And then says that her son is not allowed to be on TikTok, doesn't have TikTok, but then she uses her son's TikTok account. Keep it straight.
So,
and the
listen,
colleges that are
so
scouting the
embarrassing.
11-year-old.
It is so
My
embarrassing.
son went to provincials through two no-hitters at that age.
Right.
There was not one college scout in any stands.
Because it doesn't work.
Because it doesn't work that way. I don't even
No, good internet is expensive. Good internet is about that.
We got fiber optic this past fall, and let me tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's magic.
I was only able to have it. I had it in New York like years ago because it had just it was being tested kinda, and it was Verizon Fios at the time. It was the best internet there ever was, and it's been when I moved to Florida, they didn't have it, so I was like, fuck. But it is so much better.
Yeah, I live in the sticks in Vermont, so the internet we had was complete garbage.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I did try T-Mobile's Wi-Fi when I lived in Florida, but it sucked. So I brought that shit right back. But I had Fios, and it was the best, but they didn't have it when I lived in Florida, and I haven't even gotten there yet. I'm supposed to be in Florida, and I'm not ready
I was going
yet.
to say, when are you going?
Soon.
Soon, like 2 weeks. Your soon and my soon may be two completely different things.
Soon as in I should have been gone already.
Okay.
Y'all want to see the beauty I created through all this chaos of you guys entertaining me for the evening?
You better not be.
Look at this.
Oh, wow.
I thought you had a little kid up there. Sourdough bread, looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, I just gained weight looking at that.
Okay, I had a hysterectomy back in January, and I was home for 6 weeks, and the only thing I was allowed to do was bake because I couldn't
but
lift
good
it.
for you for picking up a new hobby.
My first day back to work, I went to put on jeans, and my buttons didn't meet in the middle, and I had to go shopping. I was like, oh no.
That was me during the pandemic.
Yeah, facts.
I made so much bread.
As long as you did it, you found something constructive to do with your time, that's not bad. I could think of a lot more bad things that could have been done.
I learned how to crochet when I quit smoking.
Yeah. I posted, just for anybody, that's what I had, and I tweet about that because both me and my ex were both streaming all the time. Real quick, if you haven't already, please follow the pages that will be streaming Gabi. Is she mad about that? Is that what she was mad about?
Did you figure out, are you going to do that with different people, or are we going to other people's pages?
I created accounts specifically for streaming.
Okay.
Because, and I posted it on this account. I did that because I don't want anybody to lose their real account, right? Like that would be fucked up of me to set somebody up to lose their account. So I don't want to do that. But so I did post them. I posted all of it, all of the account. There are 13 of them, and they're all about the same. Okay. I'm gonna try to get them as close as I can, if over the follow account that I need for Cam on live streams, and then I'll buy whatever I need in other ways.
Okay.
They're on TikTok.
All right.
You're right, though. Maybe I should put somebody on YouTube too. I'll think about it. Maybe I'll have somebody screen record, or Nookie will have them anyway, so they could catch a replay that way. Y'all are gonna make me think about other things, and then I'm gonna be like, fuck. If you are interested in doing the streams, I have in my link tree is my Facebook and my Instagram. Please send me a message there. We really need people that have like open availability, different, time zones, like, would be great, because then it could work out when other people are asleep. Hi, Kat. And what was the other thing? You need a second device, right? So that you could stream the right way. I posted on this account. Did she hit it? Hold on.
What about a bot? Have we considered, I know a lot of people have created their own bots. If we threw a couple bucks all together and had a couple
that's what I'm going to do. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay.
It's this video. I'm going to get the accounts as close as I can, and then I will buy the rest. I'll buy the rest following.
No. I mean the bots.
You know you're up here?
I don't think so.
Drop them.
I can't.
Thank you.
No, I meant the recording bots. If we had one page that had one bot that was a guaranteed click on record, can it do it on a live?
Nookie does it.
That's what I'm saying. If we threw Nookie a couple bucks to create a bot,
Nookie won't accept the money. I've tried to pay him.
You get what I'm saying? If one account has a bot to it, can it go live on that? Like,
no.
to stream it?
To Discord, yes.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm going to drop. Thanks for having me.
You're good.
Thanks for all
Nookie
you
is good,
do.
people. I appreciate you for your service work with the timestamps and breaking it down so that people don't have to be tortured by the boringness and the outright insanity of the lies.
If I wasn't on hormone replacement therapy for my raging menopause, there's no way I would be able to do it.
I appreciate it.
Good.
Whoever this is loading for me.
Mrs. Bell, but I
they're gone.
That's I'm thinking about I might have to. I think that I'm gonna make a server for people, all the people that could do it. That way you could like call what live. It might be the only way that I could get it done. But I'm trying to think of a way to do it without Discord. I haven't gotten there yet. You know you're up here?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I just want to say I love what you do.
Oh, thank you.
And G is going to be so pissed when you go back to Florida.
Yeah, it's going to really suck for her because even as a Florida resident, I'm not going to break laws.
Yeah, it's going to suck for her.
Yeah.
But thanks for doing what you do, Villain.
No problem.
Hey, Villain. When I pull up your Instagram off your link tree, it pulls up a guy.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. When am I going back? Crimson, I was supposed to be back already. Hold on.
And it's private.
Yeah, that can't be right. Hold on. I'm working on it. Give me a second.
You're fine.
What the hell? None of the links are working? Hold on. I'm trying to get into my link tree.
Yeah, Ty Young is the account name on it.
Hold on. I'm in. Give me a second, y'all.
You're fine.
Let me just relink them. I'll edit it and relink. Hold on. That's weird because it says on my end that it's my Instagram. Hold on, okay. I'm working on it. I'm sorry, I'm ignoring the chat.
No, I'm watching it just in case anything comes up you need to see.
Yeah, I'll watch it for you too.
I can't do nothing though because I have.
I know. I've been meaning to do it, and I just get fucking distracted.
Welcome.
And this morning I was making all of my mods are full right now. Is the problem?
Oh, then you're fine.
I was making all the emails and the accounts like half the day. Hold on.
Chrissy, what do you want me? What am I? Your dancing monkey? You want me to play drums? Chrissy said, "Entertain us." What would you like?
Are you not entertained?
No, I mean you want.
I'm gonna have. Wait, what for you? You get it, right? That's what I don't understand. It's bringing it up for me, so I'm gonna have to deal with it after.
There you go, Chrissy. There's the bugs.
The YouTube link is broken, but my Instagram comes up for me, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. No, I didn't edit. I'll figure it out.
No, you don't want me singing. Who said that?
It comes up.
That's weird.
So I'm going back. Hold on. I'm going back to see the Facebook. But they're both the same. Your favorite villain. It's pretty simple, but I don't know. I went to Linktree to see what was going on. Where'd it go? And it didn't even make me, it just came up. That's why I'm confused.
Somebody just said now it's pulling up for them.
Now it's pulling up. Now
For you, it's pulling up because you were the one that had the problem.
Yes, now it's pulling up.
A bunch of people said they were having problems.
It's so weird.
A bunch of people saying it was pulling up.
Yeah, no, Lily texted me a screenshot. I'm going to have to do it when I get off because I'm all over the place.
They said it's all working now. Everybody's coming back saying now
but
it's
my
working.
YouTube link is still broken.
That's weird.
Right. So when I went to the link tree and I tried to click it, I get this. The merch link work? The merch link works. Everything else, does the Kentucky flood list work? Yes. Okay. Email work? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to have to go through it more. And I'm not, if you're new here, I am not a technological champion. Right?
Well, I just wanted to let you know so you knew that it was coming up with somebody else.
You're good.
So
I'm glad you did because that's how I want people to contact me, either Instagram or Facebook, because I check those more regularly.
Yeah, and I don't want people sending proof to some random person.
Don't do that.
So that's why I was like, you need to know. So, all right, I'm going down.
YouTube's not banned. It's going to be really hard because I'm a monetized YouTube creator. In order for that to happen, it's almost impossible.
Missy Girly said, can somebody explain the blackout? That's the second time I've heard it. So if you want to.
I have accounts made that will stream her when she's live. That's about all I've gotten so far. I don't know when I'm going to start it because I do have to get the accounts up before I can buy the followers that I need, right? In order to get that done, right? It's going to take her views because one of the problems that Gabby has is she thinks that those numbers are there for her, right? Right. It's similar, right? She doesn't have that support. I don't know why she thinks she does because her behavior is fucking atrocious. So the point is to get those numbers down, right? Because those numbers are what make her think she's famous. Okay? You don't need 1K. I could get an account to 1K. I could. So whatever I can't get, I will buy them. Right. So I posted them on this account, right? Once I have all the ducks in a row, if you will, I will post again with more information. And then, right, exactly. It's terrible. Once I'm ready, I will let everybody know. I did. I asked my agent how many I needed to go live with Cam on. So, interesting. So once I have more information, I will let y'all know. Okay, perfect. Then I don't have to put much work in. I love that. And who's asking her for a fucking autograph, y'all?
What?
There is nobody asking her for an autograph. I promise you. I promise you. No, beautiful. I don't want people to lose their accounts. That's my thing. That's why I made accounts specific. What up, Chuck? That's why I want accounts specifically for That's why I made these accounts. Because I don't want somebody to lose. That's not right. But that's not right. You know, like some people work hard to build their accounts and it would suck to get it taken. So I made those accounts. And those will be the accounts that stream. Yeah, I'm about to end though, Chuck. I got to get on with my day. Hi.
It's almost bedtime. What do you mean get on with your day?
I've been going to sleep. My bedtime has been super out of whack lately, to be honest.
Late or early?
Honestly. No, it's been later because I'm trying to get shit done. Get lucky for you. I guess lucky for you. I would sign your autograph, Chuck. Boogie Princess, what is the point of this? Because I don't accept people that lie and exploit serious situations on this here tickety talk. I am a firm believer in if you have a platform, right? Are you listening, Boogie Princess? If you have a platform, then you should use it responsibly. Not to hurt people, offend them, right? That's why. Okay. Are we clear now?
Are we talking?
I believe that she is a human, but you know what? Humans, when we make mistakes, we acknowledge those, right? And I don't know about you, but typically my mistakes don't hurt thousands of people, right?
And if they do, there's a word.
Aaron, if that's you, bro, trust me. I got a bigger dick than you do. I could promise you. Try me, bitch.
Whoops.
Anyway, I tried to talk to Gabby, right? I tried to give her an out that would have stopped it all. Did she tell you that? I'm not talking to you. Did she tell you that I was kinder to her than I needed to be? I bet she didn't. Right. Fuck out of here. Like, I'm gonna respect that guy. I did, Pixie, you're right. I did. And you know the only reason, Chuck, he needs an extender. I didn't switch to anything that doesn't make sense. You might be talking about somebody else, but it ain't me. I will hold my breath, bitch. Call the popo, ho! Call them. What are you waiting for? Call them, because I could promise you, they're coming for you. You think that I'm gonna respect a man that can't get his kid out of an unsafe situation with a fucking psychopath? You got me all the way fucked up, buddy. Hi, Pity Paws.
Hey, real quick. Yay! All the accounts are like 400 plus. Let's go.
Perfect.
100 more and they can stream. Make sure you go and follow them. If you have a backup, follow them with your backup. Do whatever we need to do to help Villain out. She's taking her time to do this. Let's help her out. This is a way we can appreciate her and help her out.
I posted them on this account. They're all listed. I made them all. They're like in sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever.
If you type in one and then hit user, they will all come up. You can just follow them all right down.
Perfect.
They're like
Appreciate
all
you.
right there.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
love.
Listen to me. I'm not afraid of you making sense. Okay? If you think that people don't make sense, you might want to go over there and talk over there. Right? I think you're in the wrong life for that. We only make sense over here. You know? Perfect. Thank you. Perfect. I will get to them. I usually check them at least twice a day. Yes, follow all of the accounts from all of your accounts.
I can drop down so that you guys can pin it if you need to pin something.
No, there's nothing to be pinned. They get muted because they can hit the box, so shut the fuck up. So, right. I don't like people that just run their mouth in the comments. You are more than welcome to click the box and we can have a discussion. But what you're not going to do is jam up my comments when I have a hard enough time keeping up to begin with. You hear me?
It's all the actual supporters that come in here. She can't.
I know that my chat looks a little different than her chat, right?
Yeah.
Not my problem.
Yes.
I posted them, Sarah, on this account. Hi, Boxer Mom. I don't have 10,000 accounts blocked. I don't even think I have like 500 accounts blocked. I'm just not going to let you run your mouth in my comment section. You can click the box or shut the fuck up. All right, y'all. Yes. Yes. I am going to go. I'm trying to figure out if I should eat. What are you eating, Janelle?
I don't know. I'm thinking about just a little pot pie or chicken salad with crackers. I'm not real hungry. When I get upset, I don't eat.
Same. Aaron has his cue cards for the day. I hope everybody has a good night. Once I have the details, I will post the details. I'm going to work on it. I should have it done by tomorrow, and ready to go. Pulled pork. Oh my God. I ordered from a barbecue place the other day, ribs and pulled pork. And it was amazing.
Girl, this SOB has 4 different smokers plus one of them Blackstone things. That man is always smoking something.
I'm jealous.
Well, then you come here and eat it because I'm not a big meat fan. I like it for a day.
I love spare ribs. I love ribs, y'all.
Oh, he does make good ribs.
I really do. I love ribs. Is this person talking?
No.
Oh, you meant
No.
yeah?
No, not meow.
Okay. Drop a. Ooh, Philly cheesesteak.
That sounds good. Chrissy's BLT sounds good.
Yeah. I had a BLT the other day for lunch. Reuben's I can't stomach because of boarding school. All right, y'all. Don't be a piece of shit today. All right. Please do not come into my chat think that you're doing something if it is a well-known fact that your girlfriend talks about an extender and your lack of manhood, because I'm not going to respect you. Okay? I don't care. That is not a man to me. A real man would get their family right. No backbone there. And if she runs you, bitch, you're going to have a hard fucking time with me. That's first of all. Secondly, I'm not worried about going to court. I'm not. Won't be the first time, won't be the last time. But guess what? I don't do anything wrong. I'm not out here committing crimes on the internet for all to see. That's not me, you know? I'd be more concerned with what goes on in your own house. Maybe get off the internet and potty train your kid. You know what I mean? That's where my concern would be, but that's why we're in 2 different places, if you know what I mean. Everybody else, have a good night.
You too.